Hey y'all. Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette Love. And I am just so glad to be indoors. It is piping hot out there, and I have just been running all around the place, trying to get to a meeting. And of course, I was a little tardy, but I got lost, so I had good reason. But I'm here with you now, and I am ready to talk. Now, I know a lot of times I come up here and I talk some real stuff and the topics that people don't want to approach and all that stuff. But that's why you have me, baby. That's why you have me to talk about stuff that others don't want to talk about. But today I want to talk about moving in silence. Here, I want you to be encouraged to do any and everything that it is that you want to do. But I want you to move in silence. I don't want you to tell everybody what you're gonna do, what your next move is, where you're rolling to, who you're rolling with, all that stuff. Move in silence. Do not allow these people to rain on your parade because everybody's not happy for you. Everybody's not going to wish you well. And there are some people that's going to try to inconvenience you, intervene in what you have planned. So it's time for you to remember that when you move in silence. I don't have to know everything. You can tell them some things, but don't go into details. That's between you and yours. What you're gonna do, your next move. And I just, I love it when people realize that, oh, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware that that was gonna happen for you. I love it, and it just makes me feel like I did a good job. I did good when you don't know what my next move is, when you don't know something is getting ready to happen for me, or something happens and you find out and you say, oh, I didn't know. It wasn't for you to know until it was time for you to know. Hey, hello, somebody. So trying to move in silence, y'all. We got to stop telling everybody what our plan is. You got people praying against us, and prayer changes things, So we got to make sure that we're covered. We got to make sure that we cover ourselves. And now I'm not here to preach a sermon. I'm just here to tell you what it is. Do what you're going to do. Continue to move. Continue to push. Continue to do things that is going to better your life. But you do not have to tell everybody what your every move is. It is not necessary for everybody to know what your next move is, right? So we're going to move in silence. We're going to also move persistently. We're going to continue to push until what we need and what we desire happens. We're going to make it happen, because if we don't make it happen, who else going to make it happen? That's something that we have to realize. If we don't make it happen, who else is going to make it happen? Nobody is going to bring prosperous things to you but yourself. Yeah, of course, through prayer. We're not even going. We know that God is included. Y'all know that I am a Christian. God is included in all things that we do. We know that. Okay, so we know that everything happens that He allows to happen. So we're gonna let that be. We're talking about our effort. We're talking about our push. We're talking about our part of the situation, our part of the blessing. What is it that we have to do to get to where we want to be, to get to the desires of our heart? What part do we play in this? And that's where I'm at right now, okay? So as I'm not trying to make this into a sermon or anything, I want anybody, regardless of your religion, to be able to understand what I'm saying. We have to put forth the work. We have to put forth an effort. And a lot of times we deter, or we hold ourselves back by bragging before we're actually and I say bragging because we shouldn't be bragging about anything that we do. We shouldn't brag, but we start talking about it and boasting about it before it even happens, and so then a lot of times it may not happen when we want to. Then we sit here looking crazy, wondering what have we done wrong, and worrying about how people think about us and what they think about us, when it didn't even have to be that way. It wasn't even necessary. All we had to do is work. Let the work speak for itself. Get it? Move in silence. Move in silence. There is no need to be talking about what we gonna do, when we gonna do it, how we gonna do it, when, what, where. No. What we do is just move and let the chips fall where they may. Let the people say, hey, look at that. Look at you moving on up. And yes, I am. And I didn't need your mouth on it. I didn't need your words on it. I didn't need you to say anything. I didn't need you to roll with me or be with me. I didn't need any parts of your spectating. because I'm moving in silence, you know. And it's a good thing. It's a good feeling when you know that something has evolved and there's no mess to it. There's nobody trying to pull you back. There's nobody trying to talk down about you. Nobody trying to block it. You understand? So I want everybody that's listening today, it's okay to share. It's okay to share. But know how much to share. Know when to stop sharing. Know who to share with. Because like I said previously, everybody that's smiling your face, everybody that say, I like you, I love you, want more of you, they're not happy for you. And it's a sad thing. It's a sad, sad situation. But it is the truth. Like my grandmother used to say, it's tight, but it's right. And so everybody doesn't want what you want for you. And a lot of times these people don't want anything for themselves. So, you know, we have to ignore all of that, and we have to keep pushing towards what's best for us. And so something came to my mind today. And that's why I'm up here talking about moving in silence. Because there is somebody out there, and I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I really don't. But there's somebody out there that has a plan for themselves. There's somebody out there right now that's going to listen to this video. And I'm going to tell you that this video is especially for you, because I have no idea who you could be. But you're going to listen to this video, and I want you to be inspired. Whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. As long as you're legal, and as long as it's legal. It does not matter how much money you have, because as long as it's sanctioned by God, you're going to be able to do it. He's going to make a way for you, but you're going to have to pray for it. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to work towards it. So there's somebody that has something planned for themselves. It's going to work. I'm telling you, it's going to work. It is going to work. You're going to do it. It's going to come to fruition. It's going to be sufficient for you. All you have to do is put forth that effort. Continuously work towards what it is that you desire. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to tell you this also. Move in silence, because somebody wants to work against you. Someone doesn't want you to have what you want or what you think that you deserve. Somebody is not happy for you. Don't share your aspirations with everyone, because it's not a good thing. Don't tell everybody what you plan on doing, because it's not a good thing. And so I just want you to know that it's going to happen for you. It's going to happen for you. I just don't know when. I can't tell you where. I can't tell you what time, but it's going to happen for you. Just as it's going to happen for me. I have my goals. I know that I want certain things. And as I get older, I know that I want to work less. I know that I want my money to work for me. I know that I don't want to be out here at 70 years old going to clock in on nobody else's clock. I'm going to clock in on my own clock. And that's why I had to step out of the boat and start working for myself. So, right now, for those who don't know, I have 3 businesses. But the thing is, in order for my business to be prosperous, I have to work. Now, 3 businesses is a lot for one person. So I have to take time and do this over here and that over there and these over here. And so it's working for me as much as possible. But you may need some help. I need help, but the person that I hired don't do well, so I'm going to have to hire somebody else. I'm looking for some more help, probably, eventually. I'm looking for some more help. But until then, I have to work. I have to work. And then I prefer, to work in silence. I don't prefer to let people know what I'm doing. Never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing, baby. Always be prepared for something different. Always be prepared to change or to adjust or adapt. So I don't know who this video is for. I don't know who type it is. I would much rather prefer to talk story. I much rather prefer to get up here and talk about relationships and talk about the men's out there and all that stuff. But for some reason, I have been led to encourage someone today about what it is they have planned for their lives. I have been led to let you know, to tell you that your vision is going to work as long as you work. I have been led to explain to you that it's important that you write it down and make it plain, so that not only can you understand it, someone else can understand it. And that could be possibly for grant writing, well, your grants that you're trying to get, or, you're going to have to make your business plan. And even though it doesn't take a business plan for all businesses, when you're asking people for money, they like to see it in writing. They like to see the destination that you're going. They like to see that budget that it's going to take to get you there. They like to see what it is that you're providing. They like to see what is going to be on your returns and how long it's going to take you to get the returns and all that stuff. They like to see all of that. So I want to encourage you to do a business plan. I've been in business since 2015, really, and I have done a business plan, but it was for another business that I never got started. And now that when I want to get grant money, I got to produce a business plan. So I got to go and start anew on a business plan for a business I done had for 8 years or so. So go ahead and make your business plan right now. Go ahead and write it out. What you plan to do and how you plan to get there, how long it's going to take you to get there, what it's going to take for you to get there as far as financially, what kind of equipment do you need to do your business, and how much that equipment is going to cost you. And that way you're making it plain enough for somebody to say, hey, yeah, we want to deliver to this business. There are a huge amount of people that will donate or that will give you a grant for your business. A lot of people, as soon as I finish this order that I got to do, I'm going to sit down and fill out some paperwork for some grants for my business and see if I can get some more things that I need to do, so that I can do more things and I can possibly hire me an assistant, because there's a lot of work to be done. But there's there's money out there to be made. You know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid. And to make money, sometimes you're going to have to spend some money, and sometimes it's going to be more than what you may have. But you're going to have to step out on faith. You're going to have to trust and believe that this is what you're supposed to be doing, and do it. So when you're doing all of this, you don't need to tell every step. Move in silence. Don't tell your friends. Don't tell your best friends. You don't have to tell them every detail, okay? Because I'm telling you, it be your friends that's not happy for you. And I ain't trying to come between you and your girl or your guy. I'm just telling you, sometimes there's a seed of envious. Okay, there's an envy seed that some people have, and it's not that they wish the worst on you. They just feel that they can't do it, so they don't see how you can do it either. Okay, I always like to encourage people, because there's anything that one person can do, another can do. There is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. What was done then can be done now. Okay, who did this over here, someone else can do it over here. You can do anything. And I just want to encourage people to know that when you see somebody that's being productive, that have things going on in their lives now, you don't know what it took them to get to that point. Sometimes it takes years to get to that point. Sometimes it's, some people have been working under the scenes for 10 years before you even hear their name. Before you hear their name, they have been working hard. Like I said, let me see what she said. One of my favorite quotes: most people fail to recognize success because it comes disguised as work. Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes a lot of work to get to the point of success. And you can't follow someone else's journey. That's why you need to be concerned more about your own journey. Okay, so you can't look at this person and say, oh, they doing it up, and you hating on them. No, wish them well, because you don't know what it took to get them to this point. You really don't. Just like you don't know what it's going to take to get you to the point that you're comfortable at. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing my job, my consulting business. I've been doing that since 2014. I started going out to Lincoln Park. I was going to London Oaks. I went to goodness, where else did I go? Some other place I went and started talking to the children. Okay, I think I went out Dale's home, but talking to the children, just trying to pour into them and help change their mindsets and stuff. And then I'm still going out talking to. I just did one, I think around Easter. I went out and talked to the children at Cavalier Manor. I go to the schools, Lakeview, the other school around here, Craddock Elementary. I go and I talk and pour into the kids. I've been doing that since 2014. Okay, and then I was having seminars for women, domestic violence, all that stuff. But the thing is, I'm not at a level where I desire to be, but I had to do my ministry somewhere. I had to do my work somewhere, and I'm continuously doing it until I'm set apart, or I'm set a little higher, or I'm where I want to be, where I can get calls and say, hey, we're going to pay you to fly in to do this, this, and this, because I know that I have a calling. I know that I have a ministry of self-acceptance and perseverance and empowerment. So that's what I'm doing, but it's taking me a long time, but I'm not discouraged. I'm not discouraged. So when a person look at you because you have gained respect from others, or people love seeing you when you come in, and they hating on you, they don't even know where you've been. They don't know the rooms you went in and people treated you like you was a peon, or they looked at you like, who is that? Or why is she here? They don't see all of that. They never saw that. They're seeing you on the upside, and they're hating on you. That's the kind of stuff you have to ignore, because they don't know your story. And for those of you who are doing that, that's going to watch this video, worry about your own story. Start making your own story. Start writing your own story and getting to where you want to be in your dreams, towards your goals, and stop worrying about someone else. I told y'all before, the Bible tells us that we should tend to our own affairs. We need to mind our own business. We need to worry about how we're going to be successful, how we're going to be comfortable in life, and how our bills are going to get paid, and how we're going to be sufficient, how we're going to leave an inheritance for our children's children. That's what we need to be worried about, and stop trying to pull somebody else down because we're not doing anything, because we're not trying. We're sitting at home, playing the mouth ball. We playing a game with other people's lives. We want to talk down to them and try to keep people from supporting them. Well, let me tell you something. Honestly, what's meant for one person, there is nothing that you can do to bring it down. There is nothing that you can do to stop them. When it's their time, it's going to happen. Just like when it's your time, it's going to happen. But if you do not put forth the work, there is nothing is going to happen. There will be, as my brother would say, I see you, Eric, no deposit, no return. There is no return. If you don't put in the work, you get nothing out of it, okay? I'm just trying to, I don't know who this is for, but you got to work, my brother and my sister. Hold on. I've been out there in that heat and all that stuff, so my sound is acting up a little bit, but you have to put in the work. And if you don't put in the work, you will not get anything out of it. And talking about folks that sitting around watching people and laughing at people's downfall, praying for their demise, is not work. What you going to do for you? What are you going to do for your life? What are you going to do for your family? What are you going to do so you don't have to get up and punch the clock for somebody else every day? Let me tell you my story. I was blessed to be able to retire early. I think I retired, probably I was maybe 41, 42. I was able to retire. And in the end, it took me a while to get to where I am. But in the end, my retirement, it was good. Okay. Um, so it's like a lot of people don't get that, but yet they still step out on faith and start their businesses and start, being an entrepreneur and knowing that if they don't work, they don't get paid. If you don't work, you don't eat, saying I was blessed to be able to not work and still eat and still get paid. And so, but still, when I look at things, there's so much more that I desire. I know that in order for me to get what I desire, I have to work. I have to put forth an effort in my own business in order to bring a return. And so what I'm trying to say, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be well worth it. So for those of you who don't have anything coming in while you're starting your own business, I just want you to, as I like to use this scenario, act as if you are drowning. You cannot breathe, and you need to work hard enough to get your head above that water so that you can breathe. That's how hard you need to work, meaning you need to get up in the morning. You cannot sleep all day. You can't say, I'm working for myself, I have my own business, and you sleep all day and you think you're going to have something in return that's prosperous. No, you got to work as if you cannot breathe. Get up, go out there, get that worm, get up, go out there and make those connections. Go out there and network. Go out there and tell people what you're doing. Let people know. You have to make your homemade flyers and pamphlets. That's what you do. If you have to put them in black and white, that's what you do. Word of mouth. Hey, I got this going on. That's what you do. If you have to text all of your friends, email all of your contacts, call some people, that's what you do, and let them know this is what I have to offer you. You have to work as if you cannot breathe until you get some type of floating device and you can kind of settle it off, but you still have to work so you won't go back down under the water. I don't know what other way to say it. When I started on the radio, I was not prepared to be on the radio. I had no radio money. See, I'm not hired by the radio company. I pay for my time, my airtime. And so I wasn't ready. I had someone that threw me out there. He told me, he said, listen, go ahead, sign the contract. You sign the contract, I will pay for your radio time every month. Well, that was a lie, okay? I signed that contract trusting that he was going to pay my radio time. And when I told him how much it was going to cost, he didn't pay it. He said, if I didn't tell you that, you would never have done it. That's what he said. If I hadn't told you I was going to pay for your radio time, you would have never jumped out of that boat. You would have never made that move. You would have never signed that contract. Guys, I've been on the radio since 2017. 6 years ago, December will be 6 years I've been on the radio, and I have paid these people. Now, don't get me wrong, I might have paid them late a few times because I messed around and tried to run for office, but I have paid them, right? But had this guy not thrown me out there like that, had I not basically threw my rod out, I would have never made that move. So sometimes you have to jump into stuff, plan it first though, and then leap into it and trust and have faith and be really willing to work for it. Okay, you have to do that. But when you're doing it, move in silence. You don't have to tell everybody your every move. Because all people like to do is, not everybody, but a lot of people just like to sit around and point fingers. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. I've just seen it. This guy thought he was going to get this and he was going to make this move and this was going to happen for him. And when it did happen for him, people sitting in the background talking about, oh, did he do this? And did he get this? And did he that? And hey, Eric, yes, that's right. You just don't know what it's going to take, what it took for somebody else to get to where they are. You don't even know what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? Some of our backgrounds are horrific. Some of them are, I mean, like with me, I could have been walking around here depressed from my childhood. I could have been walking around here during axe murderer. I mean, and I'm using me as an example, but I know that there are some people who had a worse background than I had. And, you know, I refuse to be a statistic. I refuse to be around here with a whole bunch of children, and there ain't nothing wrong with kids. Kids are blessed. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Don't get me wrong, but to be around here with a bunch of kids that I can't take care of, that could have been me. I'm sitting down with no hope. That could have been me. I'm sitting down depending on the system to feed my children and put a roof on my head. That could have been me. And that is why I'm here to encourage others that, listen, you might have some public assistance and you might be living in the public houses and you might be getting the SNAP benefits, but you could always move up. You use that as a stepping stone to get to where you need to be and where you want to be. So you can say, hey, I don't need y'all anymore. Thank you for all your assistance, though. And you can show someone else how to use it as a stepping stone. Because, see, if you can do hair, baby, you can do your own business. And you can make it legit. Okay, that way you gonna have to just stay in your house and do hair. You can move from place to place and do hair, or you can get you a little spot and do hair, so you won't have to bring no people around your kids. You know, if you can cook, you can make it a legit. Get you a spot to cook it, or you can be an in-house chef, or you can go in and cook for the people and go on back to your house. You know, this is what. Yeah, he did, Eric. He believed in me, and I didn't believe in myself. I didn't. But see, this is what you have to remember. Your gift is in you. You just have to identify it and develop your gift. And your gift is sufficient for you. I promise you that. We all have something that we can do. I don't care if you can sew. Can you crochet? They wear crochet outfits now. And I'm going to tell you what I like if you can crochet. And I got some down under my desk. I like the crochet beanie caps. I love them. And if you could make me a one with a little bib on it, I really like that. So I like a wear on the side, right? And that's the kind of stuff. If you can do these things, that's simple stuff. Get you some yarn and get the crochet. You can sell this stuff, okay? I got me a sewing machine. I'm getting ready to start sewing. Y'all know I do t-shirts. I got two orders to do in a few days. I'm just going to do everything that I can do to bring in those coins. I'm a real estate agent. I really don't like doing real estate, but I keep my license in case I get hungry. You know what I mean? In case to get hungry. Always got to have a ram in the bush. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter where you come from. What is your gift? What do you enjoy doing? What are you good at? That's what you need to identify. And then you need to use that to take care of yourself. It can happen. It will happen. Back in the day, and right now I want to talk to the African-American community. There was a time, if y'all from where I'm from in Portsmouth, it was a time where Portsmouth had, downtown Portsmouth, you had nothing but black businesses. Whole bunch of black businesses. Shoe shops, pawn shops, beauty supplies, beauty salons, barber shops. Shoot, we had candy ladies. The candy ladies made big money. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Candy lady made big money, okay? It was a business, honey. She was a store, okay? We took our church money to the candy lady, okay? So there's nothing that you cannot do. Because back then they had to do it. They had to have the restaurants because we weren't, it was a time when we weren't welcome to go to just any restaurant or any hotel. We couldn't. And we had to have our own businesses. And then now it's like the Black community is afraid to have their own establishments. You don't have to be afraid. You just need to do it the right way. You need to follow the rules. You need to make it legit. Walk around here, businessmen and women. Put on your suits and your dress shoes, and not, you like me, put on some tennis shoes or some easy walkers and do your thing. But don't be afraid, because it's not the first time it happened. It won't be the last time it happened. It just need to happen with you. You need to start building these empires for your family. Stop being afraid. Make it something usual. Make it something that is common instead of uncommon. Us having our own businesses, not to negate anything that anybody has done, but there's so many people with so much talent in the Black community, and we're afraid to use it. We're afraid to use it, and instead we get talked about like we're nothing. And I'm just going to be straightforward, because that's what I do. This is real talk. We get talked about like we don't try, like we don't want anything good out of life, like we don't want anything good for our kids. I will never forget when I was running for office. I don't know, for the first time or the second time, somebody asked why Black parents don't care about their kids. I almost jumped from the chair onto the man's neck, because I'm trying to figure out where you coming at that we don't care about our children. We may have a different way of showing that we care, but we care about our kids just as much as you care about yours. It hurt me to my heart, but that's the way people think. Just because a lot of us give our kids leeway, we let our kids walk. And I never let my kid walk the street. My son didn't walk the street until he was probably 16, 17 years old, till he can go to the store. That was just me. But, it don't mean we don't care about our kids, and I don't appreciate having that stigma on us. We have to do things too. We can't keep saying somebody's holding us back. Right now, we're holding us back. We're holding us back because we are not believing in ourselves. And then listen, y'all, just like with me in the radio, I didn't believe in myself, but somebody else believed in me. So we have to show each other that we believe in each other instead of tearing each other down. Okay? Listen, I know I done talked to y'all to death. I do have some guests coming on. Y'all don't be surprised some of the guests that's going to come on. You're going to be like, what? How she get her on the show? But I do have some guests that's coming up. Just want to make sure that when I have my guests, I'm able to be on time and all that stuff, because I do have a lot going on, and I do have meetings on Sundays. And so, but we're going to bring you some new stuff. Still going to get those videos to you from when we went out. We're going to do some, going out to do restaurants and, critiquing restaurants and stuff like that. And among other things, we're going to critique some more stuff. But we're going to bring you some good stuff. And as soon as I can get these orders out, I'm going to work on some of these videos and just start posting these videos. But look, there is nothing that you can't do. I don't care. Somebody else, they into music. They want to do some music. I don't know who you are. I'm not a prophet, y'all. I'm just telling you that I know this is what's going on, because this is what's coming to me. Somebody want to do music, and I'm gonna just encourage you, go ahead on and put out your album. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how you do it. Just put it out. Just put it out. I knew this guy that anything he wanted to do, he would do. That stuff be so substandard. It'd be horrible. It'd be horrible. But just because he wanted to do it and he did it, I supported him. I purchased his little horrible music. I supported him. I watched his little horrible shows. I did, because he put forth the effort to do it. It was my mandate to support him. And I'm telling you, people will do it. Sometimes you ever wonder, you sitting there watching a movie and say, how in the world this get played on TV? Yeah, because they had the courage to do it, and somebody had the courage to help them get it where it needed to be. And listen, somebody do you the same way. And it might not be your friend, okay? It might not be your family, but somebody is going to help you. Okay? Somebody going to help you. So listen, until we should meet again, may y'all have a blessed week. God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself and go on and properly love someone else. Y'all take care of yourself. Thank you for joining Real Talk Live with Arnette D. Love.